Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to understand the word partnership deed, as we have already understood several advantages and disadvantages of partnership business. Partnership deed, the first thing you should have in your mind is an agreement. And if you will write that agreement, it means it would called partnership deed. So it's so important for any partnership business to write down all terms and conditions which would be favorable or unfavorable for any period of time in future as well. Look, it is sunnah as well to write anything in between two partners. So there are several important points regarding partnership deed. We can write them one by one. The very first thing is to write down the name of your firm, name of your business. This is the first thing which should be written in your agreement. Then you should write the names and addresses of business partners and business firms. First, all partners, name and addresses of all the partners, and then you will mention the nature of your business, whether you are selling and buying or trading the goods, or you are providing the services. That should clearly be mentioned in partnership agreement. Then the important part is address. Address of business, address of the place where operational activities would be done. Then very important matter, how much amounts are being invested by the partners. That mean amounts of capital which are invested by partner. This is so important. Sometimes partner will invest capital and sometimes they would provide services. So it's better to write how much amount is invested by each partner, because this could be the major point of dispute between partners in future. So it is better to write down how much amount is invested by the partners. Then you should mention duration of your partnership business. For example, you have made limited partnership for construction of a house. It's just an example. Let's say you have made a contract of making, you have created a partnership business of making a house, a building. So obviously this partnership would be ended after completion of construction of that particular building. So you should mention for how much time you would act as partners of each other. And then if capitals are invested, then obviously the most important part after capital is ratio of sharing profits. Look, it's very important. Don't leave it on assumptions. It should not be supposed by partners. It should be mentioned, it should be written, it should be discussed how much each partner will get after investment of his or her capital. So ratio should be mentioned even before starting of the business. Then you will have rate of interest on capital. Normally, this would be misunderstood, or this can be misunderstood as capital is the amount which is provided by partners, which is invested by partners into the business, for which they will earn profit. Now, why interest on capital would be provided? I'm repeating this sentence. If amount invested by a partner is considered to be capital. When this capital is invested, profit will be provided upon this capital. Then how rate of interest? So please understand, sometime it happens a person is agreed only upon the condition as if he will get profit and interest as well. Like a person was ready to deposit his amount into the bank and he will get interest from that bank. But you had offered him to not to deposit that amount into the bank, rather than just invest that amount in your business. So obviously he was going to deposit that amount for interest in bank. So you are offering him not to deposit and invest that amount in your business. So how he will be ready? Obviously, when you will offer something more than that of interest, so in this way he will receive profit when organization is earning profit, and he will be receiving interest on capital as well. So it is important to understand, it is not compulsory. It depends upon the nature of partnership business. If you have decided that profit would be given on capital and interest would also be given on capital, if it is decided, then it should be written, it should be mentioned, and rate of interest should clearly be written in partnership deed. Then there is another kind of interest on drawings. Now first you will understand the word drawings. If you have invested your amount in business, it is capital. But let's say after 1 month, 2 months, you suddenly need some of the amount, not a whole amount of capital. For example, you have invested 1 lakh rupees in your business, and after 2 3 months you need 20,000 out of this capital. The amount which is drawn by the proprietor, by the partners of the business, that amount is called drawings. All right, now please understand, capital is the amount which is invested by the partners into the business. When partners will draw that amount out of the business, this is called drawings. For that, you may put a condition: if any partner will withdraw amount from the business, he will have to pay interest to the business. So it's very interesting, whenever you will invest your capital into the business will give you interest, and when you will draw your amount, your own amount from the business, then business will receive interest. So this would be an expense of the business, and interest on drawings would be income of the business. So if there is any terms and condition regarding capital or drawings, then it should be written and it should be clearly mentioned. And then the amount which partners can draw. Look, it's very common thing, if you have invested your capital into the business, after a shorter period of time you realize that this investment was the wrong decision and you wanted to draw that amount from your business. So it should be a free decision. Every partner should have the right to draw the business if he is not satisfied, if he is not agreed upon terms and conditions which are going on. So if partners are allowed to draw his or her amount from the business, then it should be mentioned in your partnership deed. Otherwise, you may decide that no partner can draw any amount from the business till a particular period of time. It may be decided, or it may be decided all partners can draw amount. It is also possible. And then possibility is some of the partners can draw the amount and some of the partners are not allowed to draw the amount. So any terms and condition which has been decided, it should be in written form. Then we have, if any salary or commission of partner. A partner is a person who had invested his capital and he is receiving interest and profit on his capital. Then why there would be any salary or commission? Look, partners are almost owners of the company. And let's say one partner does have a skill. For example, he does know how to make accounts. So instead of appointing a separate accountant, your partner had offered his services to update and make or to give services about making accounts. So what will happen? This is an extra job which that partner is performing. So for that, he has the right to receive salary. Another example, if partner had invested, he had invested as an owner. But let's say he is providing services to sell the products as well. So he may get the commission as well. So I'm very sure that you people have understood that commission and salaries are also possible. So whenever you are creating partnership business, so please note it down. Nothing is free. I'm repeating this thing. Nothing should be free. If you are working beyond the responsibility of partners, that means you are working as an employee as well. So you have complete right to receive the salary. You have complete right to draw the amount. Then there is another type of interest on advance received by partner. Look, why these points are important, because partnership business is all about disputes. Partnership is all about fights. Partnership, that is why partnership business have shorter period of lifespan, just because matters are not pre-decided. So it is better to decide everything even before starting of your partnership business. Now what is this? Interest on advance received by the partner. Let's say partner had invested capital in the business, but suddenly he needs amount. He is requesting to have some amount. He is not ready to draw his own amount from the capital. Rather than he needs some amount for his personal needs. For example, a partner is having his daughter marriage, just giving you an example, or a partner met some accident, still it's an example, and he suddenly needs amount for his personal use. So what is happening, he had requested other partners to provide him some amount as an advance. So what will happen, if he is taking advance, then he is responsible to pay interest as well. So it is very common sense, if advance is provided by if advance is received by partner, then interest would be applied, or advance paid by partner is also possible. Look, there are two partners. Both partners have invested 1 lakh rupees. So business has been started with the help of 2 lakh rupees. But suddenly they realize that 2 lakh is not enough. They should have 2 lakh 50,000. It's an example. Now 50,000 who will invest? If one partner is saying, I am ready to provide 50,000 but not as capital, please understand. One partner is ready to provide capital, ready to provide the amount but not as capital. He had paid that amount as an advance to the business. So if he is paying amount as an advance, he will receive interest. If any partner received any advance, then partner will pay interest to the business. So if there is anything like advance paid or received by partner, it should be mentioned in our business agreement. Then we should discuss about resolution. Look, disputes, possibility of dispute and possibility of disagreement is always there. So what will happen if partners are disagreed? They will be ready to dissolve the business, but there must be a proper written agreement how and when your business will be dissolved. Let's say five partners are there and one partner is not agreed with the condition and he is forcing other four partners to dissolve the business. And obviously, if one partner is not agreed to carry on the business, then they will be compelled to dissolve or to end the business. So there must be pre-decided terms and condition how and when you can end the business, how and when you can dissolve your business. Then we must have described rights, duties, and liabilities of each partner. Rights, duties, and liabilities of each partner. Look, instead of creation of disagreement after some period of time, rights, duties, and liabilities of each partner should be mentioned even before start of the business. For example, you want to decide the duties of the business, and there are three departments. You are buying your raw material. In any factory, you are processing that raw material, and after converting your material into finished goods, products will be packed, and at fourth stage you will sell them. So what you can do, you can distribute all four different departments as duties to each partner. Let's say you have given the responsibility of buying of raw material to first partner, then processing of that material in factory to second partner, then packaging, marketing to third partner, and selling of that product to fourth partner. In this way, what you have done, you have distributed and nominated different partners according to their duties. And in the same manner, you can describe the rights of partner as right of management, right to see accounting books, right to use the office, right to use electronics, gadgets, computers, right to use the building, right to use the business assets. So rights, duties, and liabilities. Liability means financial responsibilities of each partner should be described before starting your business. Then we have valuation of goodwill. Goodwill means reputation of your business. Look, after some period of time, say 1 year, 2 year, if your business have started earning profit, with which what will happen? Goodwill of the business would be created. Now here a dispute will be created. Some of the partner will say this goodwill has been created because of their hard work, and same disagreement would be created. Other partners can claim the same. So in this way, this disagreement can create disaster for the business. So this goodwill, if business have earned some good name, then how this goodwill would be valuated? The formula of valuation of goodwill should be agreed by the partners. This formula is purely an accounting concept basically, but for the timing, just understand if goodwill has been created, how this goodwill would be valued. That means each partner would get their part in the goodwill because they have contributed. So how much part of goodwill would be given to which partner? This valuation should be decided before starting of the business at the time of writing agreement. Then you must have your accounting year. What is this? Sometimes from June to June you are working, sometimes from March to March, sometimes from January to December, and sometimes purely dependent upon your season. For example, you are working for warm cloths. warm clothes, sweaters, jerseys. So your session may be starting from September and it is ending to next September. And let's say you are working for summer products, your session can be started from June to June. So it is dependent upon your business, but it is compulsory to decide your accounting year or financial year. Then you should have rules regarding retirement, rules regarding in case of death, rule regarding admission of new partner. This is so important because this would be the greater reason or the main reason of dispute among partners, how a partner can retire and what will happen if partner suddenly dies, and how a new partner can be admitted in partnership business. Look, a partner does not want to carry on the business, he wants to retire. Look, there is a difference. If partner will leave the business, then this whole business will be dissolved. Partnership business will be dissolved. But instead of leaving that business, he is asking for the retirement. Then what terms and condition would be applied? And in case of sudden death, how much part of profit or how much part of total amount would be given? And whether his son as a minor can be partner or cannot be partner, this should be decided. Or if new partner is coming, whether other partners are agreed that they want to have admission of new partners. So everything should be 100% clear before starting your business. I think this is the most important part, how to start the business and at the same time how to end your business. And then we should have, in case of disputes, how disputes would be solved. Normally an arbitrator or a third neutral person would be applied, and this should be pre-decided before disputes. They should decide. If all of the partners are not agreed upon any decision, so what will happen? Who will come and who will arbitrate? Who will decide among themselves? This arbitrator or neutral person should be mentioned in the agreement. Then there must be a proper decision about powers of the partners. Now it is so important. Look, everyone wants to get powers. Let's say there is a head office, a factory, and a showroom. So if a one partner wants to sit in main office as owner, at the same time other partner also want the same power. So it would be a matter of dispute. So in agreement, there must be a proper point which partner does have which kind of power. Who will decide to buy commodities? Who will decide the price of the commodity? Who will decide the buying decisions? That means from whom you will buy your product and to whom your product would be sold. There are several decisions. So several powers are needed. So everything should be decided in agreement that which partner does have which kind of powers. Then we must uh, have proper rule about deceased partners. That means partner who has been died, what will happen, how financial assistance would be provided to the family of the business, or how the partner will get, how deceased partner's family will get their own part or salary or commission or financial assistance to the family. And then you should have expulsion. This is so important. Expulsion of partner. Now let's say one partner have committed any crime, one partner is involved in any illegal activity, one partner has nullified any of the point which is written on this agreement. So what will happen? Other partner should have right to expel that partner. Though this is very sensitive matter, but even due to its sensitivity, it should be mentioned, it should be clarified before starting of the business that if any partner will commit any fraud, if any partner will commit any illegal activity, if any partner will negate any of the point present in agreement or partnership deed, how that partner will be expelled. This would be properly written and this would be properly explained to each partners. Then you must have your books of accounts, how they will be maintained and how records of books will be checked and who will be responsible to maintain the book. And after that, restrictions, if there is any restriction, mean if any partner does have any act which is not according to any point in agreement, then there might be a restriction to be imposed upon that particular partner. For example, a partner had committed fraud in manufacturing process. Just giving you an example. So a restriction can be applied that admission of that partner in manufacturing process can be banned. So this must be also discussed. Although there are several other points, but over here I think at the start of the partnership business, we have discussed several sensitive and several very important points to avoid any disputes in partnership business. So it is requested to all of you, whenever you are starting your partnership business, you must keep following points in your mind so that there must not be anything ambiguous, there must not be anything which is uncomfortable for the partners in future. I'm very sure that you people have understood the point of view. Now it's up to you how you can start your business. It's up to you how you understand which element, which point is important to be written in partnership business. So it's all about partnership deed. It's end of our discussion for today. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to end our session. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.